So what is up, everyone? Today is Friday, February 27th. It's the last trading day of February. So I want to say I'm coming into this session with a bearish bias. One of the main things I'm going to be really paying attention to is there's like this 4-hour gap over here. I'm expecting us to close through it. But honestly, if let's say somehow we magically hold this by 10 a.m., I might look to be a little bearish toward these relative equal highs up here. But oh, I really want to see how the open plays out. We had PPI news at 8:30. The data high has not been taken out on NQ yet. And neither ES. Said first, what's up, Vizit? How are you? You said YouTube ass comment. Yeah, I feel like people on YouTube always be saying that. What's up, Tobias? How are you? Said, how are you doing? I'm surviving. Honestly, I'm ready for the week to be over, but how are you, bro? What's up, all for my life? How are you? Said ready for market today. I mean, I'm as ready as I can be. You said just made $700 on my funded next bolt challenge. That's what's up. You said by Tuesday I'll pass. I hope you do. Interesting. So I guess this data high is also an unfilled 15-minute gap. I feel like that could be one area we want to come up into before we come lower, honestly. You said this week is so bad for me, not gonna lie. Honestly, it's bad for me too. I mean, you've probably seen, but I feel like for us, like IFVG traders, I feel like the market has not been favoring us well. All your content and experience is price, and I am lucky. I mean, it's a combination of luck and knowledge. You said 3 loss, 1 week this win. At least you got a win. I'm trying to think. I feel like the only wins I've taken this week, honestly, I think were during Asia session. I don't think to my recollection, I don't remember winning once this week. At least in New York AM session. To damn that candle. Honestly, I think I'm bearish higher time frame though. I'm just expecting. I think this could be a manipulation, like we kind of accumulated here, manipulate up, and then kind of come back down after. I need confirmation. What's up, Nick? Though. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. The losses I took yesterday, I feel like I don't think it's the best train of thought to think somebody else took the same loss as me. It's valid, but I was looking and I don't know if you guys know Patrick from PB Trading. He posted his like trade recap yesterday, and I watched him take the exact same 2 trades as me. His stop loss was like a little tighter, I think, or somewhere close to mine, but it made me feel a little better. I was like, oh, well, at least Patrick took the same 2 trades as me. But he said, how you doing, brother? I'm pretty good. How about you? You said, yo, you got new people in the stream today. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking that. You said my boy growing up. Oh, it's good, Kane. How are you? See, Kane's a regular. He's not one of the new people. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like people cycle through here a lot. I feel like people stop by a lot, but I feel like not too many people keep like returning as regulars, if that makes sense. You said they still haven't shown their intent. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I still need more to play out first before I have like a clear bias, but you said every day from now on, that's what's up. You said it's Friday, so this is going to need to set the tone for Monday. Honestly, I usually just view Friday as like on how we're finishing off the week. I usually look at like how the weekly candle's forming. I feel like today it doesn't give me too much information. But I'm wondering if we're going to open up like a 5-minute gap here. I feel like that could be a really good condition where like if we hold the 50k, I'm sorry, if we hold the 5-minute gap and react out of it, I'd be bullish. But honestly, if we invert that 5-minute gap, we're going to open up, I'd probably bearish. You said just bought a new select 50k using your code. Appreciate that, Kane. So I still have to wait like 2 minutes for this gap to open. You said I hope a 15-minute forms. Like a bullish or bearish 15-minute? Or in general, probably. Ugh. We honestly might not even open up this 5-minute gap over here. It said bullish. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if we keep putting in bullish structure, I'll probably flip to be bullish. Especially, I feel like if before 10 a.m. we can start coming up. You said I just want to win, bro. Don't we all? I feel like I just want to win to like start the weekend off. Like I can ride the Bro said lost so bad I downloaded order flow. Honestly, same though. Yo, this weekend though, I'm gonna be so locked in trying to learn order flow. Cause obviously, like I've only been trading here for like a week. I obviously don't know everything, so I'm probably gonna spend my whole weekend researching order flow. Honestly. Oh, you said, what's the name of your FVG indicator? So the one I use to mark out FVGs, it's just called like FVG/IFVG, like in parentheses, like it says like nephew underscore Sam underscore. I don't know if it's cut off or not. I'll move it. Can I make this bigger? I guess not. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure if you just search what FVG, yeah, I think it's the first one with like the 24.8k downloads or reviews or whatever that is. The first one. So thanks, yeah, of course. So when we opened up this 5-minute, this is an interesting reaction so far. You said the 15-minute will form? Maybe. I think it's funny though. It's like the second this 5-minute candle closed bullish over here, it just dumped right after. Honestly, it would if ES could take out these lows and put in an SMT, and like NQ doesn't take out the lows, that might be nice for longs, honestly. Because it's looking like ES honestly might come and take out these lows the way it's moving. You said if ES take the lows were bullish. I mean, with confirmation, I'm just thinking I want to see maybe ES take the lows and like a reaction off of that, if that makes sense. But just because ES takes the lows doesn't necessarily mean I'm bullish. So what low? I wonder, is my face in the way? I mean, I think I marked it out right now. See the low we just swept? Kind of like that internal low. It's pretty much like the... It's pretty much the data low, essentially. I mean, to the 830 low. Yeah, we took the data low on ES. Because there was an SMT there, so I didn't necessarily think ES would need to sweep it, but ES took the data low now. You said, is my face in the way? Well, sometimes though I'd be doing that. Like right now, my face is low key in the way of where price is. Like ES is right there. You know, one of these days I gotta adjust my stream layout a little bit. So with this 5-minute inverse over here, I'll kind of use this as a condition. Like honestly, I'm not gonna take a short just blindly off of this. But honestly, if NQ keeps dumping and like doesn't have any form of reaction here, I want to say I'm bearish, honestly, just because like I feel like I really can't ignore like we pulled up into this 15-minute gap over here. I feel like on the 4 hour as well, like look at this trend. Like I was thinking maybe at like near the open we were gonna come down, take out this low over here and react off of it. But it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, are we really going to sweep this low and react off of it? I don't really think so, if I had to guess. And I could be wrong, obviously, but... You said they're equal lows as well? Oh, we took out equal lows. That makes more sense. Said, but damn, I'm still bullish. I mean, maybe like the last hope for being bullish, I think, is like, see, we're coming out and taking out these relative equal lows down here. Like maybe a sweep of these and we get a reaction, but like... Oh, you said bearish? Yeah, because honestly, at this point, I think price is moving a little bearish. Unless, like, this is, like, literally my last hope for buys. If this wants to hold. There's no 2-minute. This 1 minute, there's two 1 minutes here. I don't like the structure this much here, honestly. Like, even if I were to try a long off this, I don't like how there's, like, two separate 1 minute gaps here. I really don't like legs with two separate gaps. I feel like, honestly, this is kind of a tricky spot right here. You said, is there a 2-minute? I don't believe so, unless I missed it. I mean, yeah, I don't see a 2-minute gap in here. So when we took out all these highs over here, honestly, I mean, if we're going to hold bullish structure, I know I keep flipping back and forth, but like, only if we continue in bullish structure, I'll be bullish. I feel like low-key this is a little tricky though. I feel like it keeps faking out. Like, I feel like if you look in here, it's like we came up here, took out this high, then we took out the lows, then we took out the highs again, and it's like, what are we doing? Reverting back into the range? Or like what are we doing here? We're really failing to break out to both sides. You said, where's the data high? Did we take it? Yeah, we took it already. The data high at an NQ at least is over here. So we took that pretty much like right at open. But ES didn't take it yet. You said Nasdaq forms a 5-minute SMT at the highs. I mean, yeah, for now, but I don't know. I feel like since it's like a data high up there in ES, I feel like ES might want to take that, honestly. You see, if this 5-minute holds, we can get a retracement for a continuation. That's what I'm hoping for, honestly. Like, hopefully we can open up like a 5-minute gap like here, maybe. I can be hopeful. You said, by the way, do you know what to study for order flow? I mean, I have a rough idea. I'm not going to necessarily say I definitely know the right stuff to study, but I mean, I was just going to look at like, I know like absorption, if you know what that is. Like, I'm trying to like look into that. And like also, there was something, someone last night was telling me to look into something. I forget what it's called. Like, something delta. You said tell me. What was the other thing? CVD, cumulative volume delta. That was it. Someone was trying to tell me to look into CVD. Honestly, though, wait, I gotta log in real quick because we're low-key kind of hitting a book map zone, and if we get a reaction out of it, I might try along an eval. Don't copy this. I'm just kind of messing around with bookmap, trying to learn it. I would need confirmation coming out of here, though, because we're not going to open up this 5-minute gap here. I do think we're overextended, but it's not even that big of a zone we're reacting off of in bookmap, honestly. You said we might open one? The 5-minute? Oh, 15-minute. That 15-minute? Like a bullish 15-minute gap? So this is eval. Please don't copy this. But honestly, if this is a strong 1-minute candle closure, I might try along using bookmap on eval. But this is like, I'm still learning how to use bookmap. Don't think like this is the best signal ever, because it's not. And that's not even a strong close. I'll wait for a stronger close, honestly. Honestly, it looks like that zone. I think that zone I was trying to take a trade off was failing anyway. So I'll take it in full port. Nah, I think that zone's gonna fail, honestly. Honestly, it would be really nice if we could come down to, like, on bookmap at, what, 24,840? There's, like, a really kind of hot zone, if that makes sense. 24,840. I don't know if we're coming down that far, though. That's the thing. At this point, though, if I had to guess a bias, I'm not like 100% confident in this, but I'd say I'm bullish right now, honestly. We're probably going to close this 4-hour gap, but I don't know. I don't like, this is kind of low-key search and destroy conditions, though. It's like we're taking the high, taking the low, taking the high. Yeah, at least one thing that's nice for me is I feel like in terms of inversions, I'm not missing out too much. He said I'm goatish. I'm confused. I mean, I feel like there's not many 5 or 15-minute gaps in the range we're trading in, though. So at least for the way I trade, kind of makes it hard for me. The main thing I'm thinking about right now, honestly, is on eval, like trading bookmap. Honestly, I want to see if it can come down to this level. And if it spikes up off of that, on eval, I'll try along. Oh, it looks like it hit a different level. Like in between there. I'll see how the reactions are looking. You said, bro, one random Friday after AM session. If you're free, let's stream and watch a movie. It's an interesting idea. I'd probably have to do that in kick, I bet. It's definitely an idea for one day. Like Friday probably wouldn't be a good day for me, but one of these days I could probably do that. I wonder would kick even allow me to do that? Well, I'm gonna find out. I wanted to pull a little further down. Shit, kickboxing over. I don't even know if, like, I feel like using bookmap, it came really close to the zone. I feel like there were some orders nearby, but it's like, do I wait for the hot zone to get tapped into? I might just try this, but I want to see this candle closes. Because I feel like the hottest part of the zone is definitely down there, though, with the most orders. Yeah, I don't think I like this 1 minute close, do I? I do not like this 1 minute close. Ooh, they just added more orders down there. I don't even think, I'm not going to do this, but I'm tempted. I'm not going to. I'm tempted to just limit this, honestly. Like, set a limit order down here on eval. I should put my disclaimer. So I'm in shorts. I hope they play out. Said, hi, how's it going? Pretty good. How about you? You said, what close? I mean, we didn't get a good... I'm waiting for a 1 minute candle close that looks kind of bullish. Kind of like this, maybe? That's not too strong, though. So good. What's your bias today? Honestly, I'm low-key a little confused today. I feel like we're low-key kind of chopping in a range. I'm leaning a little bullish right now. I want to see price come a little lower first, though. Honestly, like there's no 5 or 15 minute gaps in this range kind of right here. So in terms of inversions, it kind of limits me. But I might try like I'm trying out bookmap lately. So I might try a bookmap trade. Oh, actually. I mean, I'll try it on eval, but we might be tapping into... Yeah, we just kind of tapped into this bookmap zone. 65. It's like down here. So I'm leaning toward bear, but it's choppy. Yeah, it is pretty choppy. So I'm not going to lie, if this next candle, like this one right here, if I get a very strong close, I'm honestly going to try a long on eval using bookmap. Don't copy this. This is like high risk. I don't even know what I'm doing. I mean, I have an idea what I'm doing, but I'm just testing out Bookmap. I'm trying to think what I'd even do versus reward. And that's only if I get a strong candle closure in the 1 minute. I also don't like to stack lows at my stop loss. I'm still not getting the reaction I want, honestly. So what's Bookmap? So I don't know if you've ever heard of like order flow. Essentially, like I guess the best way to describe it is like on the CME, since it's like a centralized exchange, you can see all the orders placed at one time. So like essentially like what I'm looking at is there's a bunch of limit orders down here, like a bunch of buy limits. So it almost kind of gives you a heat map, if that makes sense, of where all the orders are. So this is an eval trade on Bookmap. Don't copy this. Low-key even got a bad entry. What am I targeting is the real question. Entered long here. Stops down here. Honestly, not a bad target up here. There's relative equal highs up here. I'm pretty sure it's an unfilled 4-hour gap as well. I know I'm kind of Hail Marying it, but... I can't find a good place to put this little disclaimer thing. Yo, what? She said, if I ever end up getting a payout with order flow, I'll put on my story. Yo, what is the connection there? Well, because the payout's going to be so hefty from the order flow payout? You said, how does seeing the limit orders help? Does it indicate areas price might revisit? So... You know, honestly, just for me to think out loud, this definitely could be the first place I could go break even at. To be completely honest, I'm just choosing not to go break even, but I mean, I'm still learning Bookmap, but this is the first area I would consider going break even at. If anyone decided to copy this, if anyone copied me when I said don't, this is a good place to go break even. But so the thing about orders is though, like let's say if we trade like down here and you know there's a bunch of limit orders down here, like that would be a reason that price could react off there. And it's like, you know, people always say you gotta follow like smart money, follow the big players, follow the banks, all those like bullshit sayings, right? It's kind of like the idea behind that, right? It's like if there's a bunch of people buying in this area, it's like smart money knows this is a good place to buy. So they're kind of like following smart money, if that makes sense. But I mean, I'm still learning Bookmap. I'm not saying it's like the best thing ever, but I just figure, I feel like I've been getting cooked using inversions lately. I figure I'll try something else on the side. Because like right now, I haven't gotten any inversion entries so far today. So I mean, if I did go stops to break even, it would have stopped me at break even there. Honestly, I think I need to give it some breathing room though. I feel like I'm expecting it to pull back a little bit after taking the high, but we'll see. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I didn't put that together at first. You said I'm dumb money, I'm getting cooked these days. I mean, me too, though. You said pack it up, IFVG's been patched. Honestly, I think IFVGs might underperform for a long time, and I feel like once everyone stops giving up on IFVGs, it's probably going to start working better then, if that makes sense. You said, so if you're expecting that price to revisit the orders, then how come you get in at the price above the orders? Well, I mean, no, I mean, you're not confused. I feel like it's a little confusing to explain, but Me personally, I just like waiting for a confirmation because, like, excuse me, there could be multiple areas where there's groups of orders sitting, but I don't necessarily know which group of orders is going to send us up. So at least the way I'm doing it is I like to see, okay, we started reacting off these orders. I have a confirmation. Now I can take it along. And it kind of does mess up my RR, but it'll probably improve my win rate if that makes sense. You said 30 minutes into market open and I still don't have a bias. Honestly, it is really tricky. Today, I mean, honestly, right now, I think it's getting more clear it's buys, in my opinion, right now. Because I feel like when you look at the structure over here, like we're putting in a higher high, higher low. We just put in a higher high. Even like if we zoom in really far too, this is higher high, higher low, higher high. But so I hope the 15-minute opens. Yeah, I feel like the 15-minute chart keeps... All these candles keep leaving behind these huge-ass wicks, I feel like. So, well, I thought it was bearish, but the market's just gone bullish suddenly. Yeah. Honestly, Fridays can be kind of ass price action-wise. I feel like Monday and Fridays can be kind of ass sometimes. I feel like there was PPI this morning, though. I feel like PPI can sometimes clean things up, but... Oh, and this is random, but speaking of random coping mechanisms, I think earlier in the stream I was talking about how yesterday, I it was Patrick from PB Trading, he took both the same losses I did yesterday, and the day before that though, it was like a 5-minute inverse. I want to say it was on Wednesday where we were delivering from like a 15-minute gap and we had a 5-minute inverse, but I looked on social media after, and I saw Patrick from PB Trading took that, Blake from PB Trading took that, and if you guys know Anthony, the one in like the boot camp, I'm pretty sure he took that also. And I was like, you know what? Like the trade lost, but like at least I feel like all the people I look up to took the same trade as me. You said the order flow trade actually worked? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like after yesterday, I was low-key losing a little bit of faith the order flow works. But the thing is, though, it's like, if I'm hitting 3 RR trades, it's like 2 losses isn't that crazy. You know what I mean? Because, like, what? I lost twice yesterday. If I hit this with a 3 RR, I make back everything from yesterday plus a little more. Said, bro, AMT? I've heard that before, and I forget what that means. Does something market theory? I'm gonna Google it. Auction market theory. Yeah. But bro made sure I understood. You said, what's up, guys? How you doing today? What's up, Uber? How are you? You said, how's the day been so far? Honestly, I don't think it's been that clean. We really haven't opened up like any 5 or 15-minute gaps. The only thing that's really happened so far is I tried out one trade using Bookmap. I wonder, should I be break even here? I feel like I low-key should be break even on this. You said, bro, I'm trading GC and some dude legit named... Well, what? Is that like in the Discord? I know there was someone in my Discord that had their username as that for a bit. You said doing good as well. Was going to take the day off, but I missed you guys. That's what's up. I mean, you don't got to trade to hang out here. It do be tempting, though, I'm sure, a little bit, but... There's nothing wrong with taking the day off, though. You're honestly not missing too much. You're not missing anything at all, honestly. Ooh. I wonder, like, as I progress as an order flow trader, I wonder if I'll get to a point where I kind of start, like, for example, trailing stops. But honestly, I'm gonna hold this. Honestly, I think the clear draw at this point is these relative equal highs up here. I'll literally hold this trade all the way up there. You said, yeah, I'm not trading today either. I'm just here for the vibes. That's what's up. Appreciate you guys stopping by for the vibes. You said that looks like a banger book map trade. What's the entry criteria? Honestly, I mean, I'm still determining exactly what makes me enter. But at this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm going through my normal bias in the morning where I like use ICT concepts to determine a bias. I'm like, okay, we're holding this 4 hour. We're trending toward here. And I pretty much just take like rejections that are in line with my bias. So imagine like, let's say I think we're trending toward like today, for example. I feel like at this moment in time, we were trending toward this 4 hour gap up here. I feel like we were starting to put in bullish structure. So pretty much there was just an area with a bunch of orders down here. And we reacted off of it. Oh, I'm sorry. The area was actually down here, my bad. And since we reacted off of it, I just took a confirmation in the form of like a strong candle close. You said, I'll buy a PC and trade order flow. Yeah, honestly, I think order flow does work better on PC. I have a Mac and I'm literally using my PC for it. But you said, bro, doesn't volume profile do the same thing? I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. To my recollection, I thought volume profile has to do with like the amount of volume traded at different areas in the past. And order flow is the amount of orders that aren't filled yet, if that makes sense. But that other thing I want to look into, I know someone was telling me about this on TikTok Live last night. It's called cumulative volume delta, which it stands for, well, I'm sorry, CVD, which stands for cumulative volume delta. But essentially, all it is I guess it's the difference between the buying and the selling pressure. I know, you said a smart fella, thanks. But I know a bunch of order flow guys use this CVD because I guess they determine, like, it's honestly the way I think of it. To me, it kind of sounds just like an RSI, if that makes sense. Except it's determined by like, this looks weird. I mean, I guess like who's being rewarded, buyers versus sellers. I gotta do more research first. You said, how many order flows guys do you know? Honestly, not too many. I know I was watching, I was probably watching 2 or 3 guys that trade order flow on YouTube so far. They honestly, they had mad subs though. I'm trying to remember. I'll look at my phone real quick to refresh my memory. There's some dude with like a not English name, but he spoke English well, but. Oh, what's up, GC Trading Systems? How are you? You said, jokes aside, I need your settings on order flow. Honestly, whenever I'm going to go to work after stream, but sometime later today, I'll probably send you a bunch of the order flow stuff I have, like my settings and stuff, and the stuff I'm going to look at over the weekend. I'll probably just send it in the Discord so everyone can see, in case anyone else wants to know, but. So thanks, bro. Yeah, of course. it because it's hard to set up? Honestly, yeah, I won't lie. It is hard to set up. When I was first setting up like Bookmap, honestly, I feel like it took me like 2 days. Like, I didn't spend the whole day doing it, but like, well, honestly, I made it a lot harder than it needed to be though. You said ever use footprint? Nah, I haven't used a footprint chart, no. I know, I'm pretty sure you use footprint charts. That trade I saw you took the other day was based off of footprint chart, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, honestly, I might look into footprint charts a bit later. I think I just don't want to get like analysis paralysis looking into bookmap and footprint charts at the same time, if that makes sense. I wonder if I'm going to stop to break even on this. I probably am. For the heck of it, I'll mark out, there's this unfilled hourly gap. Honestly, I really think even if we're going to reverse down, we might want to hit the hourly gap first. I could be wrong, but... I think this is my last hope of the price going up, because like, there is like a zone on Bookmap at like, what, 925, somewhere around there. So pretty much where we're coming to right now. I mean, if it's not going to hold that zone, I mean, I'm probably getting stopped to break even. I think we still haven't opened up any... Well, I mean, there's a 5-minute gap down here. I could use that for longs using inversions. And there's no 5-minute gap up here. You know, there's a chance though. I did say, remember I mentioned the orders at 925? Those surprise. I mean, I can't speak too early, but those might be holding a little bit. I might be getting lucky here. You said so down bad for a trade. I'm on the 21-minute time frame. Yeah, I think it's funny. Sometimes when I try to flick between time frames really quickly, like I'll do like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes. Sometimes I'll accidentally do like 12 minute. And I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Honestly, at this point, I'm gonna trail my stop up here because like that other zone got tapped into. I feel like if we break that low, we're just going for my break even. You said I might take the 2-second IFVG. Noob, you gotta take the 1-second IFVG. I'm joking. I want to see this follow through, though. I don't want to see this 1-minute candle close bearish. You said 2-minute inverse? I mean, there might be a 2-minute inverse, but the thing I personally don't like with that 2-minute inverse if it happens is there's like an unfilled 5-minute gap down here. So honestly, I think even if the 2-minute inverses, I feel like at your stop loss, I just don't like putting an unfilled gap down there. Although honestly, I feel like this is a good illustration of like one reason I would like to trade order flow. It's like, I feel like I have an idea where we're trending toward, right? But like theoretically, let's say if we don't pull back into that 5-minute gap, like order flow would allow me to get an entry. When inversions don't. Because I've been struggling to get entries with inversions lately, but... There's 2 minutes for now, at least it's low-key kind of holding, but next candle could invert it. You said ES tapped it? I mean, if ES tapped into the 5-minute gap, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like gap SMT. I'm not gonna lie, I still think about that dopamine rush or that first order flow took a trade stream where I took a long and it went straight for a 3-to-1 with like no retrace. I want that to happen again. Honestly, I'm not gonna take it, but that 2-minute, it's not. I wouldn't personally take it, but I could see why people would take it. There's relative equal highs up top. ES tap the 5-minute gap. Did it? I guess MNQ. I wonder if NQ closed through. It's like a close right at the gap. It's like the worst possible type of close. I wonder what type of RR am I up? What? I'm up 78 points. That's only like what, 1.5 RR. I'm up. And the thing is, if I were to take any inversion entry, the closest 5-minute gap is like all the way down here. So like even if I were to take a long, I need to pull back all the way down there. You said, have you done any back testing with this strategy or just forward testing it? I mean, I'm just forward testing it right now because the thing about Bookmap is like, imagine there's like so many orders and it takes so much like processing power to like hold and store and everything. It only lets me go back 3 days. And if I want to get like past historical data, I either need to record it myself and save it on my computer and I could replay it later, or I could go somewhere and pay someone for the data. But I think it's kind of expensive and I don't know, I'm already paying enough for Bookmap. I don't want to pay even more money to buy past data to backtest. And then I'd still have to pay for FX Replay to backtest it in candles, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to backtest bookmap. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's like processing power. Even I can tell though, my computer, it like takes so long to load up bookmap. And like I have a decent computer too. Like it's not the fastest computer, but like it's definitely decent. You said thanks for the level yesterday, helped me catch 230 points. Yeah, of course, GC. I'm happy I was able to help you. I feel like we're just slowly kind of just trending up. Is this Asia session? Feels like Asia session. And it makes sense because it's like a psychological number, but at least on bookmap, there's like a bunch of orders at like 2,500. I mean, that makes sense. So I feel like those psychological levels where it's like, especially I feel like 2,500 is like a really like round psychological number, if that makes sense. This is some chop. So we're still not opening up any 15-minute gap. We still haven't opened. Well, we have this 5-minute gap like light years away down here. As an ICT trader, like this is some boring price action. No inversions. I mean, there's some inversions here, but even like this 2-minute. Yeah, 2-minute would have gotten stopped you at break even. If you took a 2-minute. At least I would have gotten stopped at break even if I took it. You said February had been so ass. I would agree, honestly. I think, in my opinion, January and February have kind of been ass. At least for inversions. You said, hey, Tim, what's up? Nice trade. Dude, what's up, Trade University, Sarth? How are you, bro? Honestly, I've been looking into bookmap a little bit. So I took this trade based off of, like, bookmap. You said I can see why you do Asia session now at this price action. Like, yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna trade Asia session in the morning, I might as well do it again at night. Like honestly, there are some nights I feel like Asia session moves better than this, honestly. I mean, eventually though, New York will get better eventually. It's just a matter of time, but I feel like the main thing though that really gives it away, I feel like when you go to like the daily chart, like look at the daily before, so like look, we're moving in a clear trend, right? Price is always moving somewhere, and then once you get to December, right, this time we're just stuck in this range. I feel like the weekly chart looks like the same too, right? It's like for literally from April, I mean all of last year, right? We're trending down, trending up. Now we're just stuck in this range up here. But you said now you also started looking at Bookmap. Great to hear that. Yeah, honestly, I feel like I've been struggling a little bit in the AM session. I feel like it's annoyed me that like I feel like I can call the draw pretty well, but like using inverse fair value gaps, I've been like limited in my entries. So I kind of wanted to see if maybe Bookmap could help me get entries when like I know where I feel like the draw is obvious, but I can't get an entry. If that makes sense. Probably getting stopped. This is basically break even here. I mean, at least if it pulls back into this 5-minute gap, though, I can at least start looking for longs out of it. Interesting. Maybe I'm not getting stopped at break even. I did see when I was looking at Bookmap my other screen though. I mean, I wasn't gonna bother saying it out loud, but I feel like I did see some like buyers over there. I was like, maybe I can hope that holds, and I guess it did. At least for now. I mean, that's only one candle. The next candle could just dump through all this. So when you say you're looking at Bookmap, as in you're looking at a different website? Yeah, it's a different thing. It's like you have to like, I think you could do it in the browser maybe. I'm not too sure, but I have like a software downloaded called Bookmap, and you have to pay for like actual Bookmap, and you have to pay for the data fees on top of that, because like you're probably familiar with paying for like the data fees on TradingView for like a CME. It's like what, $7 a month, but there's like I want to say it's like 25 or 35 a month for level 2 data, and you require level 2 for Bookmap. Although I've been using Bookmap on my Windows computer because it's like really resource intensive, if that makes sense. I tried to run it on my Mac and it was like, between the streaming and the Bookmap and everything, my Mac was not happy. You know, I feel kind of bad for someone. I don't know. This is random, but I don't know if you guys know some dude. I'm pretty sure it was Nasdaq AB. He goes by. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I just want to double check before I say that. I mean, on Instagram at least, he goes by Nasdaq AB. He makes bread trading from my impression of him. I mean, obviously I've never verified any of this stuff, but he seems legit. But He was complaining about yesterday. I saw a video he made. He said, I don't know if you guys know Trade Syncer, but Trade Syncer glitched and he had 5 take profit trader accounts, and he was saying that all of them got blown because it doubled his contract size or something like that. Or I don't know what happened, but he blew 5 take profit trader accounts, and then on the same day, he got like his 4th winning day at Top Step, and all he needed is like one more winning day to request. I think he said like a 20K payout or something ridiculous, and they moved him to live the day before he could request payout. So he couldn't even request his 20K payout. And Top Step has asked live rules now. So I thought it was funny. At the end of the video too, he was like, you know what? He was like, I'm not even trading tomorrow, like aka today. He was like, I have no accounts to trade. He's like, fuck this, I'll come back next month. I was like, damn, that sucks. Oh, one thing I think was funny though, in the video, he was like, I could have had a 60K month. I'm like, dude, like, you still, what? So you're telling me you still made 40K this month and you're complaining? Like, I love to make 40K this month in this dog shit price action. That's the annoying thing too. Like, speaking of dog shit price action, you're seriously gonna tell me that we did not retrace into this 5-minute gap down here? In terms of ICT concepts, I really think we should have retraced that 5-minute gap to continue higher. Like, I know there's an SMT with ES where ES tapped into it, but like, I don't know. Is that unlucky to him? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's probably gotten lucky the opposite way though, if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like you'll have trades where it goes against you in unluck, but I feel like sometimes you get lucky with trades, if that makes sense. Like, you'll over risk on a winning trade too, if that makes sense. I've gotten lucky with trading before, where I shouldn't have won a trade, but I still did. You said, to be honest, everyone gets both unlucky and lucky at some points. Yeah, exactly. So honestly, I really want to see how we react once we come up to this like 2500 level. I feel like normally I really wouldn't think about that, but only because I can see bookmap and I just see there are a shit ton of winners up there. So I want us to break through that area and like close above it. Or at least just run through it. But we'll see. And even above there, there's still more orders. But I'm leaning bullish though. Still, honestly, I really want to see this 4-hour gap get rebalanced up here. You said I just want February to be done already. Honestly, I'm in the same boat. February low-key pissed me off in multiple ways, honestly. You know, on and off the charts, February is a pretty shitty month for me, honestly. Said February was ass. You go, hey Harrison, I'm pretty sure it's like wall hacks in video games. He can see through the candles and big limit orders. Honestly, that's a good way to put it. I don't know. Do you know what's his name? Andrew Trades, the dude who like always like talks about trading silver. He calls himself like the Silver Surfer now. I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he makes bread. But I saw he downloaded Bookmap. It was like around the same time I got into Bookmap. He downloads it. He posts a picture on his story, and he goes, just downloaded wall hacks. I thought it was pretty funny. You said love the idea of cheating and trading. You know, if you really like the idea of cheating and trading, maybe you should look into becoming a registered politician. No, I'm kidding. At least in the US. I feel like we've just been chilling. I've been up 1-to-1 for so long, just chilling. Well, I'm up over 1-to-1 though. I lied. Oh, because I under risked a little bit. Did I under risk? I don't know. You said, wait, is Tim the insider, Nancy Pelosi? Yeah, that. You know, when I took all those losses yesterday, yep, I got the insider information. You said maybe Nancy FX might secretly be Nancy Pelosi. You know, maybe I shouldn't have banned her from the Discord. Could have asked her for some tips. You know, I'm not trying to, this is random, but I'm not trying to give you guys any ideas, but speaking to the people in my Discord, though, that are bots, one thing I've learned, they're getting a little smarter. They wait, like this has happened a couple times now, where they wait until I live stream, and it'll be like 9:40, and then the bots start joining the Discord. So I wonder if they know I'm the only moderator, and they're like, he's on stream, he's busy. We'll start messaging all the people in the Discord. I'm like, yo, what? I actually, the other day on stream, though, I was banning some of the bots. I think it's pretty funny too. My best friend, he's actually in the Discord. I'm like, he doesn't know shit about trading, but he said, did you get security bot? Nah, I'll probably do it this weekend, honestly. But my best friend though, he'll like get DMs from the fake Tims on the Discord, and he just messages them and like goes along with it. Like they'll be like, oh, like how's your trading going? And he'll be like, you know, it's horrible. I'm really looking for guidance. You know, like blah blah blah. I have so much money. I don't know what to do with it. Like he gives them every bone, and he just keeps talking to them and just messes with them, and then eventually he just stops responding, which I think is pretty funny. He said it'll take me 2 seconds. I mean, honestly, I've been mad busy lately. I'm pretty sure yesterday, I like literally like, I streamed, I got off stream, I finished getting ready for work, I pretty much went straight to work, I got home from work, I ate dinner, and then I live streamed Asia's session on TikTok, and then I did that from 8 p.m. until like 10:30, and then I pretty much just lied down, defeated for an hour after that. I was just tired. I went to bed at like 11:30 last night. You said I've heard good things about the Wick bot too. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it this weekend. I'm just trailing my stop a little more up here. Because I feel like if we're going to come all the way down here, we're probably going to stop me at break even too, honestly, at this point. So we kind of reacted off that 2500 level a little bit. I want to see us just like run right through it. But this is an unfilled 1 hour gap up here. You said we hit yesterday's point of control. I don't know if you're looking into volume profile as well. I think further down the line, I honestly might look into volume profile. But the way I'm doing it, I feel like I'm trying to take it one thing at a time. Like I'll look into bookmap first, and maybe from there. Because in my opinion, I think if I start looking at like footprint charts, bookmap, like point of control and all that, I feel like all at once it'd be too much for me, if that makes sense. And like I feel like I have a good read on price using ICT concepts kind of currently. So we tapped into this 1 hour gap. I'm hoping we just keep going up and don't start reacting this area. But I know we're breaking above the previous 4 hour candle right now. You said current hour is bullish but choppy. That's a great way to put it. I feel like it's very choppy, but it's slowly trending up. Ever so slowly. to check the 1 hour time frame. I mean, yeah, no, I know we tapped into, there's a 1 hour gap up here. I'm hoping we don't react off that. I mean, this 1 hour candle is about to close really bullish in 15 minutes, hopefully. But oh, you said gonna have to go now, but good luck with the trade. Appreciate you stopping by, Harrison. This book map trade was the only exciting part of my day, honestly. In terms of like ICT concepts, most boring day ever, honestly, in my opinion. Well, how about this? In terms of inversions, because honestly, there probably was some breaker block, there probably was some CISD entry or whatever, but like, in terms of inversions, it wasn't that good, I think. You know, I'm not going to, but in my head, I was debating. I feel like I probably could trail my stop to here, maybe, like following market structure. But I also feel like that's not enough breathing room at the same time. That makes sense, because I feel like now we've tapped into this 1 hour gap, we might pull back a little bit. I don't necessarily know how far we'll pull back, but it's definitely an area we could pull back from. Now, honestly, I don't think it's worth locking in an extra... I mean, it is an extra, like, 30 points or something like that, but I feel like it really could be, like, shooting myself in the foot. And we'll have to see, though. Ugh. Can't believe it's 10:50 already. Not gonna lie, I really don't like the reaction off this 1 hour gap. I'm really thinking hard right now about if I want to trail my stop to here. No, I don't. I really don't. So, I mean, we're coming down to, like, one area on book map I could see us rejecting from. It's kind of like 970 area has some orders. There's literally still, there's not a single 15-minute gap in here, though. That's the thing, like, in terms of, like, inverses, honestly, for me to take an inverse fair value gap, I literally have to see price retrace, like, all the way down here to this unfilled 5-minute gap, which is so far away. And honestly, even if it does pull back to that 5-minute, it might be so late in the day, I might not even want to take it. But So this right here is where I could have trailed my stop to. I just kind of chose not to. You said, bro, last time I saw your video taking losing streaks, hoping to see you turn it around. Appreciate that. I'm sure I'll turn it around eventually. It's only a matter of time. So this is like my last hope of price reacting up, I guess, like around here. Because otherwise I'll get stopped. This is a little above break even. You know, in hindsight, maybe I could have partialed up at that 1 hour gap. But it's not that big of a deal. I mean, this is eval anyway. So I wonder, I mean, what was I up then? That's almost 2R. Like, I honestly could have partialed. Yeah, I'm cooked. Just take me out already. Just do it. He said making any money. I mean, on eval, I got stopped a little above break even. Because I'm up like, oh, I made 134 bucks. Honestly, I really should have partialed that 1 hour gap in hindsight. But at this point, I might take a long off this 5 minute gap if we pull back into it. I should probably delete my limit order before I forget about it. So in terms of ICT concepts, why do I have 2 order tools? But we're about to pull back into this 5 minute gap. It's a boring ass week, honestly. Honestly, the only thing I could see myself taking, which honestly isn't even the cleanest trade, is let's say if we tap into this 5 minute gap, and then we invert this other 5 minute gap we're about to open up. You said, how is December? That's honestly, that's facts though. December, dude. Am I about to walk away from my computer right now? You like how I trailed my stop? Where was my entry? What, 909? Oh my god, dude. If I just left my stop at break even. I mean, there's no way this is going to run. I feel like my thought process was, if it's going to come all the way down here, there's no reason we shouldn't hit this unfilled 5-minute gap down here. That's the way I'm thinking. I mean, because I like how too I trailed my stop, like there's multiple lows over here. I was like, nah, I'll trail my stop to this low instead of this low. Like even if I left my stop at this other low, I still would have been good. So honestly, yeah, I was banking in December too. I was banking in December and November too. You know, I'm not going to lie. Seeing us edge the 5-minute gap, and I literally just got stop rated. Like, I could have left my stop at break even. I could have trailed my stop to this low over here. But it stop rated me. I mean, it's almost 11 o'clock. Honestly, I feel like the chances of us coming down at 11, coming right back up, aren't that high. I'll stay for a couple more minutes. I'm getting to the point of being tilted yet again, but I mean, at least I feel like the logic behind the trade was definitely right. I mean, I was long at the right area. I just should not have trailed my stop. Honestly, thinking about this, I feel like the biggest takeaway I've really gotten from this trade was honestly, instead of like trying to trail stop, I should literally just, like, for example, in hindsight, the way I should have played this, I should have partialed when we hit this 1 hour gap up here. I was up like almost 2R, partial there, then move stops to break even, and you don't necessarily need to trail stop at that point. Like, and the only reason like you could trail stop is if you're like heavy in profit. Because I'm not going to lie, bro, it hurts to see that. Now, honestly, I'll start doing my recap for the day and the week here, honestly. So coming into the session, I'll go back to NQ for this. So honestly, I was kind of torn a little bit my bias. I want to say at the beginning, I'm pretty sure I sat down and said I'm bearish. I'm pretty sure. But the things I marked out, there's these relative equal highs at this 4 hour gap. So you can see like we created this 4 hour gap and we came really close to tapping into it, but we never actually tapped into it. So I feel like that could be a very strong draw. And honestly, one thing that did kind of suss me out though was I was looking at how we inverted this 4 hour gap over here. But honestly, like, we inverted that gap. I feel like it's just so far away. It's not really as relevant as I thought it would be. But on the 1 hour, you can see we came out and we took out these lows from, like, yesterday. Right? So, and honestly, I didn't even look at this, but we're even tapping into CE of this wick over here, like, consequent encroachment. Almost perfectly. But so I don't know why. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like the way price was moving, I feel like I could just see the price was failing to react lower. Like every time we broke lower, like it really didn't displace and we kept coming back up. And also ES at this point still had a data high left behind. So essentially like on the 1 minute chart when high impact news comes out at 8:30 in the morning, right? We left behind a data high. So I was thinking, you know what? Like ES might still want to take a data high. I feel like we're kind of moving in bullish structure, right? So the only trade I ended up finding today was I tried this order flow trade, which I'll just go back to MNQ to show the executions, honestly. So I took this long at around here. So I was waiting for a strong candle close. Honestly, I did kind of FOMO entry as this candle started coming up, only because there was like some zone on order flow. I saw this bunch of orders from my recollection somewhere down here. We came close to it, but then I saw like, as we came close to it, rejected away from it, and then like another zone of orders kind of popped up like right around here as we were consolidating, and I saw it kind of hold, and I was like, you know what, I'll just take my entry, put my stop loss down to swing low. So this is my entry up here. For targets, where was I going for? Like honestly, you guys probably heard me talking about these relative equal highs up here. Honestly, I think that's where we're trending toward on the day, these relative equal highs up here. But oh, this is hard. This is really hard to look at. But so I was pretty much just watching. I was thinking about trailing stop. I really don't have any like, I'm new to trading order flow. Like I took this trade using order flow, so I'm new to that. So like it's not like I really have clear rules set in stone. So like I wasn't sure like, should I partial when we get to this unfilled 1 hour gap up here? Should I hold full position? I was kind of confident it would hit, so I wanted to hold full position. But essentially, what ended up happening was, unfortunately, right? So I thought, you know what? If we're following market structure, right? We make a new high, I'll trail stop here, right? Then we made a new high, I'll trail stops here. And I think it's kind of funny. I considered trailing my stops to here, but I was like, you know what? I want to give myself the extra breathing room. But I thought if it comes down that far, we're probably going to want to mitigate this unfilled 5 minute gap down here, right? But we never actually did that, which to me as an ICT trader makes no sense. Like, how are we not going to mitigate this 5 minute gap? Like, yes, there was an SNT where ES tapped into the gap, but it's like NQ is not rebalancing any gaps, right? From here, right, so I trailed my stop to this low. So what it did was it pretty much, my stop's at 28. It came down like 5 points below my stop, and now it's running absolutely in my direction. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have hit full take profit the way it's looking right now. But yeah, honestly, I will not be trailing my stops like that anymore, to be completely honest. If anything, like what I learned from today, like obviously, yeah, I'm a little tilted, but the key takeaway, because I always think like, there's no point in sitting here and being like, oh, I'm so unlucky, like I'm such a dumbass, or whatever I could say to myself, right? Like, at the end of the day, like, there's a lesson from this. Like, honestly, I really should have partialed at this unfilled 1 hour gap. And honestly, I don't think I want to trail my stop in the future. Because, like, honestly, if stuff like this happens, I'll be pissed. It's not worth it. Like, honestly, I'll just move stops to break even. Like, unless I'm trailing in a shit ton of profit, if that makes sense. Like, because think about it here. I trailed to save myself. I got $138 of profit, and to, like, for what? I could still be in this position. It's whatever, though, but that's pretty much a recap. I mean, for ICT concepts, though, I wanted to pull back into, like, this 5 minute gap. We never got that. We never created a 15-minute gap, and, like, I base all my trades off 5 and 15-minute gaps. So there were, like, even if I wanted an entry, there was no entries I could have taken following my ICT model. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, that's pretty much all I've got to say, honestly. And also, I mean, I forgot to say this before, Alpha Futures is running a 20% off discount. It's going to end of day tomorrow. So if you guys want to pick up any accounts at Alpha Futures, 20% off. And also Tradeify is doing 30% off until the rest of the month. And also, if you guys aren't already in my free Discord, I have my free Discord link in that pinned comment as well as on my profile. You guys are welcome to join that. And if you guys are new here, I do live trade every single morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I trade Nasdaq futures. I've primarily been like an ICT trader, but I'm doing a little bit of order flow lately. But I'll stay on for a couple more minutes in case you guys have any questions. But that's pretty much all I've got to say today. I feel like I'm already untilted from this trade. I feel like I got tilted for 5 seconds and now I'm like, whatever. Because like at least it's showing proof of concept. That's like why I'm trying order flow, right? I want to give myself like proof of concept that actually works. And like I feel like there is some validity to these zones. But I'm definitely going to do a shit ton of research over the weekend on order flow. Yeah, I'm going to look into I know people keep telling me to look into CVD. I don't know if it'll confuse me or not, like cumulative volume delta. It pretty much says about like, honestly, I think CVD might confuse me. Do a bunch of research though. So I'm assuming no one has any questions. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like price action is low-key kind of dog water. I'll just go enjoy my weekend. Honestly, the whole week has been dog water. But 15 seconds. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably just gonna end this here, start my weekend, right? I mean, I gotta go to work, unfortunately, but start my weekend regardless. But I guess no one's asking any questions. But I do appreciate all you guys stopping by, hanging out with me. Said take care, man. You as well, advised. But I hope all you guys have an amazing weekend and rest of your day. Peace out.